What's up, everybody? Shannon Willis here. Are you ready to be maximized? Listen, I'm so excited to be out in the great open doors. I'm so excited about it. I'm here at my aunt and uncle's in Atlanta, right off the golf course on a beautiful fall day, and I could not resist. I had to come outside to record this day. Listen, we're having an extraordinary time on Maximize Mondays, and I hope that you've been encouraged through all of this. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell down at the bottom of the screen so that you can receive the latest updates to this channel. Now listen, during these past few weeks, we've been going in prophetically. God's been speaking. He's been releasing words over you. This will be no different today. I have some things I want to share with you about how the enemy wants to come against you in a different manner, a manner that you're not oftentimes even thinking about. But these are tools in the enemy's arsenal. And so I want to talk about the 16 D's that the enemy uses to destroy the believer. I want you to be able to identify him in this warfare. I want you to be able to know what he's using, what tactics he's using against you to try to cause you to not be able to see beyond his smoke screen. And so I want to share these 16 D's that the enemy uses to destroy the believer's life. So when I think about it, the first one that usually comes to mind is disappointment. That's right. It's a tool in the enemy's arsenal. The enemy likes to bring disappointment in every believer's life. And when I talk about disappointment, I'm talking about bringing saddened situations, moments that he tries to cause us to be sad. He tries to have cause us to have letdowns and mental displeasures, and to try to get us to walk in defeat, setbacks, and failure. You know, to be disappointed, especially as kingdom believers, for us to walk in disappointment is to forget Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And it says, and we know that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are the called according to his purpose. To be disappointed is to forget all about what God said pertaining to that. And see, we have to understand that we already have previous experience. We are already sure. We know. We have the knowledge of this. We all have had moments where God has brought us through. We know this. You know, we know for sure that all things, I'm talking about each thing, everything, anything, all things, the whole matter, whatsoever, whosoever, everyone, man, woman, boy, girl, everybody individually, collectively, they're going to aid, they're going to assist, they're going to cooperate in unity for the joyful benefit, welfare, and the pleasure, the welfare and the well-being, agreeable well-being for us, because we are the called. We are the invited. We are the ones who've been divinely selected and appointed by God. So everything is going to work according to God's plan, his proposal, his purpose, and his intentions for our life. Now, the first D, as I expressed to you, is disappointment. The second D the enemy uses is discouragement. If he can't disappoint us, then he'll try to discourage us. And when you're talking about discouragement, you're talking about despondency, hopelessness, loss of confidence. You're talking about dismay, depression, dejection. And to be discouraged is to forget all about 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 6 that tells us that David, a man after God's own heart, was distressed because the people talked about stoning him. And they talked about stoning him because all of the people, all of the men of the camp, their soul was distressed. And that's because their sons and their daughters, their wives, they were abducted by their enemy. And so it says right after that, David encouraged himself because he didn't know what was going to happen to him. So he encouraged himself in God. You know, David was distraught and he was extremely anxious concerning the situation at hand. Everybody, the men were bitter, they were vexed, they were angry, they were upset, they were enraged because of the abduction of their families. And so David kazaked. What that means, kazak, encourage, it means he strengthened himself. He became more courageous in God. He became more resolute. He pressed into God. He was renewed by God. He was restored by God. And when God gave him those three words, pursue, overtake, and recover, David knew that he would get the victory. Listen, I want to encourage you to do the same. Pursue, overtake, and recover all that the enemy has stolen from you. So those are two things, 2 D's that the enemy will use against you to try to cause you to walk in a place to displace you, to cause you to become discombobulated and confused. But listen, don't forget, to be disappointed is to forget about Romans 8:28. To be discouraged is to forget about 1 Samuel 36. And these are not things that God has planned for you. He doesn't want you to walk in discouragement. He doesn't want you to walk in disappointment. So listen, don't be deceived by the enemy's plans. I cannot wait to express the others to you. So you just gotta hang in there, stay tuned. And I also look forward to seeing you on my Facebook page on Transform and Transcend Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I cannot wait. It's going to be phenomenal. We're talking about the 5th column. You just got to be a part of it. But until then, I'm Shannon C. Willis, and you have been maximized.